Agile documentation. Agile basically said, individuals and interactions. It never ever said no documentation. Right? Why do we have assignments that we are actually having the students write and review them? Why?
So that to make sure they've understood the material, whatever we have covered.
You mean you have not clearly communicated to them in your talk?
It's not about clear communication. It's about, I can communicate with you how much they have understood and then put it into writing. That's basically it.
Feedback loop. Thank you. That is the feedback loop. And that feedback loop can be today by the same person, tomorrow by a completely another person. How many of us have taken over new projects where somebody else was working on that and you come over? We all have a job right now, correct? All of us have a job right now. Can we all say that that job, that company was created, that role was created, that job was created only the day you joined the company? No. The company existed before, all the rules and privacy and security and all those government policies, everything existed before. You just joined at some point. It's just like we joining at some point in the entry ramp in the freeway. If we enter the ramp in the freeway and we have no idea which freeway we are running, why do we think we have all these I-94, I-290 and all those things intermittently put all over the place? Just to reaffirm that you are still on 290. Right? Why do we have all these processes of 80, the odd number freeways are going this direction, even number going this direction, 3-character, 3-numbered freeways are bypasses. Why do we have all these ideas in the mind? It's all documented. Now you can come back and say, I don't see any documentation. It has become so commonplace in us that we don't even think about it. All of us are able to drive on this side of the road, and then when somebody is going to India, we're able to adapt to driving on the other side. Why? Is it documented? No. It has become common practice, commonplace, second habit, second nature to us. Until that happens, there is documentation required. What level of documentation is dependent upon what is the complexity of the company. How many of you have seen this movie? Harrison Ford's movie where he was the president, Air Force One. Right? President calls. He is the only survivor. He is the only one who is going to save the world, the plane right now. He calls from that particular Air Force One and says, I need to figure out how to change its Morse code here. Give the different signals. And it goes to a travel, some place where the security guys is flipping through big levels of document and say, please change the switch number 13 to 15 and 18 to 16 and all those things, and now you will be able to send the Morse code. Assume there is no documentation. What will happen? Die Hard movie, I love movies and I try to actually relate things from the movies too. Die Hard Part 2. Bruce Willis goes into this big guy and says, I want to go to this particular location to reach this antenna tower. How do I go there? He says, oh, don't mess up my documentation. It may look like a big jump there for you, but that guy, that janitor, was telling you, don't mess up my documentation. I'll go through. And he picks the right role and gives you the direction. So the level of documentation, whether it is in a PRD, a forest, user documentation, user story, index cards, is totally up to your company's organizational ability to adapt to change.